Hi, my name is Aaron Freelo, and I love you. Is the name of my topic, more specifically, I love you and its VBS script copycats. Now, that probably got your attention. Some guy you don't know very well saying, I love you. Now, put yourself in the shoes of an early internet user in the year 2000. These were the infancy days of social media, and email it was used on the business side, but it was also used on the social side. People kind of use it how Snapchat is used today. They'd send pictures, flirt, socially connect, and just say you got an email that says, I love you, or a love letter to you. This is what would happen if you clicked on it, according to CNN. Victim receives an email asking them to open attach. The code then replicates itself and emails a copy to everyone in the victim's address book. Now, according to Wired, if the victim had sent it to 50 people and then each of them infected another 50 people, it only takes 6 jumps of this for it to reach every single person in the world, assuming everybody had a computer. The virus then searches for and replaces any JPEGs or MP3s with a copy of itself. Finally, it scrapes Windows passwords and sends them back to the Philippines. Now, you might be thinking this only affected ignorant internet users. It really didn't get to a lot of people. No. The Pentagon, CIA, and UK Parliament were all forced to shut down their emailing systems. Banks were, Google and Microsoft were affected. And the early estimates of the damage was around $2.5 billion to $3 billion. Now, obviously, there needed accountability, which is the capability to prove a subject's identity and track their activities, and non-repudiation, which ensures that the subject of an activity or event cannot deny that the event had occurred, which I alluded to earlier. The passwords were sent to the Philippines, and which brings us to Onel de Guzman, who resided in Manila, Philippines, who was a leader of a hacking group at his university, and he came up and led a hacking cell called Gamersoft, which helped students cheat on their tests. Now, big reason why he was pinpointed was this Gamersoft code showed up in, which it's also called the Love Bugs code, and they pretty much got him. Only problem was that the Philippines didn't have any laws against computer. It was the early days of IT, and they really didn't have any laws against this. And the USA couldn't extradite them and charge them because they didn't have any extradite treaty with the Philippines on these laws. So he pretty much got away with it. So Onel de Guzman said, it was the early days, and I alluded to this earlier, but he said the basic truth came down to it. Computer crime currently plaguing society today, it's not about the tech, it's about the people. If people aren't educated, well, like you see this a lot with our parents and grandparents. You hear stories of people just clicking on these random stuff that sounds very sketchy, like we would never click on it, like our grandparents clicking on it, and they're hacked. So we saw copycats of this early on. The first copycat identified was a version called Very Funny, which is the same concept. You get an email that says very funny or a joke, and they click on it, same thing. Or another copycat identified was Mother's Day confirmation orders. It'd be close to Mother's Day, and it'd be like Mother's Day confirmation order with the total, and you're like, what? This must be a mistake. Click on it, you're hacked. So, a lot of good repercussions came from this. For example, according to CNN, what largely prevents such an attack is that most companies and individuals outsource running email servers to those who know how to do it best, primarily Microsoft and Google. You can see this at Mississippi State. We use Outlook, and many other colleges use Outlook, which rely on them to filter incoming messages and cut on spam and warning on potential attacks. And, stuff like this, the love bug, our generation especially is well educated on this stuff. We see something sketchy, we usually just ignore it or we just trash it. It could say win $5 million. We would never click on it. It's too good to be true. So, yeah, that's the impact of this IT disaster, I guess you can call it. And I hope you learned something today. And I referenced CNN, The Wired, and Internet News throughout this whole presentation. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, and goodbye.